Jay-Z. What's up, niggas? Yo, I know you ain't talking.
And you listen to the blah 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 blah. And you listen to the blah 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 blah. They didn't know there was somebody from Mendy. They didn't know somebody that was a Wolof. They didn't know somebody that was a Crew. They didn't know somebody that was a Fanti. They didn't know anybody that was Yoruba. So they would hear all these different dialects and everything. But one thing was clear to them when they were brought out on a deck that everybody on that slave ship looked alike. Right? And the enemy had white skin. The enemy was a Dutch. The enemy was Portuguese. The enemy was Spanish. And the enemy was people that basically wanted to enslave them based on their color and their race. That's the African American. That's our experience. Don't come to America telling us about, oh, we are the world and all this kind of crap. You come here, that's what you are. You better choose sides. Right? Choose sides. The African descent, the slave descent and everything, we understood. Right there, that's what Pan-African was born. Pan-African was born on those slave ships. That's movement, whatever. Like it started with Yvette Carnell. Give her credit. A little clip of that Yvette Carnell situation was that what she said about not collecting money. Black people ain't got no money. Did you see the amount of donations she collects? If black people don't have any money, why is she collecting money from black people?
Well, because she has to do the research. She got to get
the data. She said black people ain't got no money. The guy said, she got to do the research. You know what I'm saying? She's not very smart. She's not very smart.
She has to do the research so she can tell
she's not very smart.
Because black America is waking the hell up. You know, people coming around us, tell us anything, grab what's ours and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why black people from all over the world could come here is because of us. What legacy we built in this country.
Repeat that last part again.
I said, nobody black. You have black, even some darker skinned Filipinos. If you come to this country, the fact that you can walk down the street is a testament to black America. But we did.
You're not coming for what's yours because it's not yours. You didn't build it, and you didn't build it, and you didn't. You weren't the architect of this country. The manifest destiny of America is a European, from sea to shining sea. That's the manifest destiny of the white man. What you are, sir, is a white man in blackface trying to use that we're coming for ours as an excuse to hang on to something that you know is not yours. You don't belong here in America. We were stolen from Africa. That's where your manifest destiny. That's what we ought to return to and build what's yours. Africa is what's yours, not America. So that's just a slick way of trying to claim America under the guise of you care about that. You don't give a fuck about our slave ancestors.
Here, we built cities in America. We were here when this place was nothing. It wasn't white hands that built America. It was black hands that built it. All the Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Who do you think died digging the canals, dying in the bays, and stuff like that, digging everything? Who do you think died clearing the forest? America, the whole East Coast of America was covered with forest. How do you think those trees got cut down and made into lumber and transferred into lumber yards and stuff like that? It was black labor, black sweat and toil that built America, the initial building of America.
Let me ask you this. So when people say we were just free labor and we have no equity, what would be your response to that?
Oh, you say we're free labor?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Without black labor, right, there would be no America. There would be no America. There would be all the banks you see that finance the expansion west. Those capitalized off of free black labor. They gave America enough wealth, the capitalization, that they were able to invest in sciences. The colleges from Yale, Princeton, all these colleges, the endowment was built off slave labor. People don't know that history. So these people have the initial wealth to build civilization from sea to shining sea came initially from the wealth that the African slaves produced. Wasn't the Native Americans, wasn't the Irish, everything. We were the supreme blood sacrifice for this thing called America.
Yeah, the ADOS people, and the whole thing is, that's basically the excuse. You know what gets me is, I always tell them, let's say they believe that, right? I'm saying I'm willing to compromise. Let's say if I believe that you can have America, right? But that's not enough for them. They want to destroy any escape attempt from
from America. Not only do they want them to have, in order for them to believe that they are Americans, they have to destroy us nationally. Why? Because the fact that we're even here, the fact that there's even people thinking about leaving America or a future without America or build without America is a threat to their little safe space that they created a head called I'm a Black American.
Right.
It's a lie. If they were telling the truth, if the history was on their side, they wouldn't be frightened by nationalist organizations. They wouldn't be frightened.
And Colin, that's what I keep bringing up. If you just study the history, like I watched the Skip Gates series, the 4-hour, the first two episodes, I guess, a couple of days ago. And if you just study history, like what do you? I don't understand what ADOS. This is the part I don't understand. Like, what do they expect that to change? Like, what's really going to change?
They don't. All they want to do is keep doing the same old.
Our immigrant brothers and sisters in the United States, weren't taking our concerns about them and their overbearingness and their aggression and their hunger,
Coonery.
and all that stuff like that seriously. We were raising concerns. Look, you're coming to America, and the whole purpose of you being here is to tell Black people that's living here that ain't nothing wrong with America, and shut up about slavery. That's what white people bring to you. White people have been playing this for a long time. And so it goes to show you what the Black American has become. We've become this is spoiled crybaby. Spoiled crybaby. Everybody else is coming here, making money, doing their thing, and we talk about we act like we're serious about Pan-Africanism, and that's just freaking sickening. And you listen to the blah 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 blah, and that's what the African American is. We're men chained together. And we're brothers. You know what I'm saying? We're brothers in the same struggle. But when you come over here on your own thing, and you got your own wish list that you're trying to do, and you're trying to do that, like, that's fine. So when we say, okay, it's time for us to worry about ourselves and everything, don't you get offended. Don't you throw up that Pan-African thing, because we invented Pan-Africanism. You only want to use Pan-Africanism to suit your own needs or your own selfish agenda. If we say this is what we want, this is what, hear us out. Don't you tell me what I need or how Pan-Africanism go. Nobody does that. Black America is full of shit. That's once you understand that Black people in America, Black America is full of shit, then we can go someplace, right? They're full of shit when it comes to nationalism. They're full of shit when it comes to Pan-Africanism. They're full of shit when it comes to anything. They're full of shit even when it comes to reparations. They're not serious about reparations. They're not serious about any of that. They know they're never going to get reparations. But the bottom line, like I said, pablum is when you just spew stuff, and you attract the audience, that people get attracted to the words you say, but not look at the meaning or anything like that. It just looks so good in the moment. That's what we have in Black America. Everything is vague and abstract. There's nothing tangible that ever comes out of any of these Black movies. None whatsoever. So if you're African American, everybody hates you. Now get over it. They're never gonna love you. Sylvia?
You have no friends.
We have no friends. No friends. We have outright goddamn enemies. I've seen it more and more now with this attack on the ADOS movement. People are really coming at us for blood. That is hopeless in the community, right? Mm-hmm. But they all think that somehow some white man's going to come riding in one day into the hood, right? Mm-hmm. Pass out all his reparations, right? Pass all his reparations. Everything's going to disappear. The gang members are going to come to their senses and all the stuff like that. Home values will go up. Black male female relations will be solved. Crime, black on black crime will be solved. Everybody have a job. Everybody will get a loan application for a business. All these things are going to disappear, and we're going to have all this stuff. And we're seeing now that after all these years, right, 8 years of a Black president, 8 years of 40, 50 years, 60 years almost of a congressional Black caucus, in Congress, and all these people, basically nothing has ever changed. You look at Baltimore, look at Detroit, all these cities are wastelands. Nothing's going to change. Most Black immigrants are aligned with the immigrants from South America and all those other people.
Exactly.
And they're not aligned with African Americans. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't serious about doing anything. All they want to do is put pablum, a bunch of speech, a bunch of nonsense to get people distracted.
Black Outcast Media Broadcasting says, I'm tired of us being the hoes of Pan-Africanists. Non-reciprocal relationship equals abusive relationship.
Right, exactly. Whoever said that is brilliant. We're the hoes. And they sit back and laugh. They say like laugh on a bubble. Have a PhD in Negroology. Say I got an undergrad in it too. I know the American Negro. We're good at doing nothing but bullshit and talking like we mean something and not accomplishing anything. You're not going to come here and bring socialism and all kind of nonsense and everything you want and everything. And immigrants pouring over here and all kinds of stuff like that for handouts and everything around the world. Well, I got skills. I got education. Well, you got skills, education. Build your own countries up. I like to go someplace else too. We're fighting a front now, like I've always said. We're fighting for one thing, and you got people in high places in Black America who are fighting against us. Why? Because they want the status quo. They want this shit to go away, or this ADOS movement. They want this national stuff to go away. Some people in the ADOS movement are against Pan-Africanism. That's the Yvette Cardell and everything. I'm for the ADOS. Diane's for the ADOS. All that. We are nationalists.
Yeah. People in the chat room are saying that ADOS isn't anti-African. But so where did this anti-African rhetoric come from? And
how dare you? You're African American. You're supposed to be concerned with everybody else. Don't you understand what you're? I didn't know. Don't you understand? You're African American. You're African American. I'm saying you're supposed to be concerned. The great African American Martin Luther King. They'll say this up. Don't judge anybody. Just be loved. I want to love somebody and everything like that. And I'm sick of being an African American fool, from the entire Black race and call yourself ADOS, and you have all the entitlements to America and nobody else does and everything like that. That's wrong. It's not wrong. I'll never support that. I'll never support that. Let's attach ADOS to that. We're African American slave descent. Our interests and everything are going to be centered around our ancestral, and we're going to honor our ancestors. Our ancestors were slaves that were ripped from the mother continent, ripped from the other, but didn't come here by choice, endured the Middle Passage.
Thing is about misery merchants. The road to misery. ADOS is nothing but ADOS absent Pan-Africanism and their nationalism is a road to misery. America only is a road to misery. And you listen to the blah, 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 blah.
The Black immigrants are coming in on, post-civil rights. Okay, we're going to let the Black people come in from America. My God, when they start opening up jobs and everything like that, you got a few million people coming here, jumping across the head of the line, and you're standing on the line, Dinah, the supermarket, right? Let's say a cash register was down, and you're waiting there for 2 hours to check out your groceries and everything, and then as soon as the cash register gets up on somebody that basically was about to walk out, he wasn't sitting in the line, as he jumps ahead of you in the line and takes your spot. What are you going to do? There's going to be problems, right? So this is what's happening with our immigrant Black brothers and sisters. The top 8. Another thing, white people know what they're doing. They know when they hear, okay, you're from the Cayman Islands. Oh wow, that's exotic. You're from Aruba. Oh wow. I'm saying that's exotic. You're from Montego Bay, whatever like that, whatever places in the islands. You're from Barbados. Oh my God, vacation the last year. And like I said, I have people from my family that's from the islands and everything. And they play on that. They play that up, especially with white people. I put down in Barbados. Oh, I stayed in this place. Oh, I know it. Now, the Black person is African American. I'm sitting there, even with my own relatives and everything, they're from the islands and everything. And I'm African American. And I'm sitting there like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? White people treat you differently. He's like gravitating towards you. He's going to relate to you. He came to America voluntarily. Nobody wants to hear the African American story. Everybody, black, white, yellow, everything, want us to forget slavery. They want us to give it up. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Those of you think you're going to give up slavery and everything like that, you give up your ancestors.
There's no Black journalists looking out for the best interests of Black people. There's nobody basically saying, some No, they want to. They think this is going to go away. They think we're done. They think we're going to fizzle away and go away. Let me tell you something. We ain't going any place. Get that through your thick head. We're not going any place. This nationalist movement is only growing. And get used to it. We're not going any place. I don't give a damn what you think, what you say. We're growing, and we're going to stop the living daylights out of your head. You know? So the bottom line is this. You keep talking this ADOS stuff, you know you have no basis of political of making this happen. You know? All you're trying to do is divide black people from Caribbean and Africa, right? In an attempt to get some reparations check, you know? Which you're never going to get. And you know you're never going to get.
Part of our roots is 400 years that we've been in North America as slaves at first, and then 240 years of slaves, 150 years of Jim Crow, and another 50 years as so-called semi-integrated into white American society. Now, if you want to basically forget that, and like I said, most immigrants basically are dismissive of that history, which is unique. You know, they dismiss it as, oh yeah, let's be American. I can't get in, you know, with the rah-rah, let's all be American. I can't feel it. I don't feel it like that, like people do. Now, if you're from Haiti and you were on a boat lift and everything, and you got food, money, and clothing and everything we got here, and somebody gave you an education and you went to school with private school with white kids and everything, you know, you're going to think America, compared to what you're coming from, you're going to think America's paradise. You know, same thing with our African immigrants. You know, people, a lot of African bros will tell me, oh, Americans, yeah, but look where you're coming from, bro. You know what I'm saying? Government, you didn't want to integrate into American society. You didn't want to assimilate into American culture, which they gave you the opportunity to do the best way they can. Then you have to basically opt out of America and leave. Or they're going to partition a part of America to give black people territory to colonize, right? Which is never going to happen because they're not going to let a hostile black group inside of America have their own territory. So the only thing you have to do is say, okay, you're going to integrate into African society, and the U.S. government will be responsible for paying for it. That's the only reparations that would ever happen, you know? So therefore, since I know that, right, I realize that, and I know that, right, why are people still thinking that they're going to basically, in a year and a half, try to have some reparations before the next election? That's being disingenuous. That's troublemaking. All you're doing is trying to browbeat black people to get the Democrats to lose so Trump can get elected. That's all you're really doing. That's all you're doing. You want Trump to get elected, or you basically want to be the spoilers and be the power broker so the Democratic bosses come to you at the last moment and say, hey, such and such, but, you know, we got to change the stance and come out here. You know, the Democratic campaign. This is another thing that's a fall from the Democrats. The Democratic Party had $1 billion. Hillary Clinton had $1 billion. All these white NGOs and white people got paid, right? They didn't spend any money on black media outlets, you know, black bloggers and stuff like that. Now, these black bloggers are basically saying, well, if we're not going to pay, we're not going to tell black people to vote for it. So out of this came the so-called ADOS movement, you know, the ADOS movement, because the Democrats got the black and the Caribbean, the black Caribbeans and the black immigrant population in their pocket. The Democrats also got the LGBTQ. They, for the most part, got half the Latinos to their team. The thing they always counted on, right, was the large black voting bloc, right? Now that's being threatened. Now, I don't believe that these people who are basically trying to do the ADOS thing really care about the agenda. It's all about, if you don't deal with us and whatnot, they're going to make it appear like Al Sharpton. If you don't deal with us and everything, Al Sharpton getting kicked off, you don't pay us, or you don't give us money and stuff like that, or get us on these platforms and everything, we're going to keep with this ADOS stuff, and might not have the black, you might lose another election. That's what it's all about. So like I said, it's not trouble. It's not doing anything. It's troublemaking. Everybody wants to be black to benefit from what's ours. You know what I'm saying? Well, everybody, I keep saying it, everybody wants to be black with something where they can get something out of it. Nobody wants to be actually African American, whatever that bear the burden of being black in America. This is nothing but troublemaking. This is not anything serious. This is not anything well thought out. It's troublemaking, and people get away with it because they know the people that listen to them are low IQ people on the internet. You know, most people are low IQ, and they don't understand how we were stolen from our ancestral homeland. We did not ask to come here. We did not ask to be here. We did not ask to be part of America. Black immigrants asked to come here. They signed papers, everything like that.
We didn't choose to leave, Elmina Castle, Goree Island. Like, we didn't choose to get on that boat.
We didn't choose any of this. And the bottom line, the fact that if we say that we want a land or something of our own, our ancestral continent, there's no justice. Just the mere fact of justice will say, you know something, they're right. Every other group of people who make a claim to land or whatever like that is taken seriously. The black man in America, everybody wants to, do it now. You ain't laughing now. But this ADOS movement, they ain't laughing now. Yeah, that's right. Be scared. Be very scared. Yvette Carnell is trying to get on, is going back and forth with Jory because she wants to be on Jory's show and everything. That has nothing to do with her movement. That has to do with her trying to go mainstream. That's all it is. Once she goes mainstream, if somebody picks her up like CNN or whatever, picks her up, she's going to be gone, and so will your so-called reparations movement. But the problems in Black America is going to remain the same. But she's going to be up there being your voice on your spokesperson. Okay? It seems to me that Black America being con. They love con men, category of people. What the hell do I have in common with somebody coming from Honduras or El Salvador? Or somebody like the Congresswoman says, they coming across the border. We should illegally with guns and everything else bring drugs. We should meet them at the border and give them free health care, jobs, all this stuff. They're actually saying that right now on television. These advocates. Not only that, that's not even happening. They beat you upside the head as a black man in America and said, well, Maxine, how dare you not come out here and lobby for your own destruction? How dare you?
Exactly. How dare you not come out here and lobby for your own destruction?
African actors and British actors are going to start setting up their own film companies, and they're going to be the ones making decisions like that. In the so-called Black America, we're going to be burning our bridges. We ain't going to be able to get into films. And you listen to the blah, 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 blah. Black people are citizens equal, so they had to have a buffer class. They brought the Irish here. They brought the Germans here. They brought the Chinese, the African Koreans, A few years ago, I had this so-called diaspora, like your brother was explaining to you in Ghana, the professor who was explaining to you in Ghana. He said, the sixth region was never really meant for the so-called African American DOS. DS or the ADOS.
Right.
It was meant for the African population, as more and more Africans are moving through America and everything. So if they could be the leaders of this and everything, they could say, oh, look, we got we're backed by 45 million African Americans, but the so-called African immigrants are controlling the sea. Mm-hmm. Their issues are being met and everything like that. And we're sitting there like, yes, I'm part of some African DOS, of an African sixth region. Well, what do you got to show for it? Do you go there and get land? No, I can't. So what is it? So in other words, basically, the African immigrants and people are treating us like white people traditionally treat us. We're seen, not heard. We're supposed to just spew all their talking points. We're supposed to come out with pitchforks against Donald Trump on their behalf. I don't think that's possible. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That ain't going to happen. We're supposed to sit back and, the Republicans this and blah, blah, blah. Democrats ain't doing enough and everything. I'm like, wait a minute here. What are you talking about? Well, immigrants and everything like that, we ain't getting enough rights and everything. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not a damn immigrant. Home values will go up. Black and white female, black male, female ratio will be solved. Crime, black on black crime will be solved. Everybody have a job. Everybody will get a loan application for a business. All these things are going to disappear, and we're going to have all this stuff. And we're seeing now that after all these years, right, 8 years of a black president, 8 years of 40, 50 years, 60 years almost of a congressional black caucus, in Congress, and all these people, basically, nothing has ever changed. You look at Baltimore, look at Detroit, all these cities are wastelands. Nothing's going to change. You got Democratic control in all these cities. They say, oh, you say the Republicans? No, Republicans will make it even worse. Okay? But so therefore, black people, the political process has failed Black America, right? Why? Because we're not on the same page. There's no black agenda. There's no black agenda. If it's about the citizenship, right? Now, I understand, like, the poor structure will be like, look, you Why? Because the citizenship means something. You know what I'm saying? It has meaning. You know, it has meaning. That means the fact that a country in Africa can't give their people a standard of living. You know, they can't give them full electricity. They can't give them, listen to this carefully, right? They can't give them the things that the other westernized countries can. One thing they can give them a sense of dignity and pride and knowing that when they look on the map, they have a citizenship and they have a citizen of a republic, the Republic of Benin, the Republic of Ghana, the Republic of Sierra Leone, everything. That's what basically the poorest person in Ghana, the poorest person in Liberia, the poorest person in Congo and everything, they have that pride. I'm a citizen of land. I have a land of my own. The person that left it here looks like me. Comes from my culture. That's something the black people in America don't have. And then a lot of people, I have to be honest with you, a lot of Africans want to keep it that way. Why?
A land or a check. That's what either or. You want a land that you can call your own, where you can build your own wealth and capitalize your own wealth and everything, with your infrastructure, or do you want a check? Which probably will last more than $1,000 a piece. That's all they're talking about. If they do give you reparations, you got $1,000 a piece, stretched over a 3-year period of time. And then they're going to tax you on that and take most of it back. And you're going to spend it mostly in the white businesses. So people think college loud and everything. I'm telling you the truth. It's freaking nonsense. Reparations, as it stands right now, is bullshit on whole wheat toast with a side of fries. And you listen to the